Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Cage Talk. Today, I have a pro MMA fighter. We have Alfred Walker. How you doing, man?
Blessed, brother, blessed.
Yeah, they call you the Freight Train, right? They call you the Freight
Yes,
Train,
sir. Yes, sir. Running through it, running through
yeah,
shit.
which is amazing. And you got your little bundle of joy right there. She's
Yeah,
adorable,
Avani,
like I said.
Avani, that's her. Avani Rain.
There we go, man. Adorable, man. That's awesome. Well, how you doing today, sir?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. Busy as always, but that's a good thing,
Yep.
especially when you own multiple businesses, man. It's my life is nonstop, bro. I wish I had more hours in a day or
Mhm.
two or three other me's, but I'm only one.
Yeah, no, 100%. But you keep yourself busy, especially with the little one.
Oh
That's
yeah,
probably,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
probably your biggest task of all, right? Fighting ain't
Oh
nothing.
yes, 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 yes. I wouldn't be able to do what I do if I didn't have the team around me.
Yeah,
So it's good to have the people that I have in my circle.
100%, man. And look, we'll talk a little bit about your upbringing and how fighting was fighting always your thing. Was it always something that you wanted to do as a professional, or was there something else?
Man, it just happened actually, bro. When I was coming up as a kid, my dad used to always watch fights. We used to watch the Bruce Lee movies, the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, Trinidad, and all them guys coming up when I was a youngster. Fight never was just a thought.
Yeah.
Uh, because I didn't go to the gym, man. I was 24 years old outside of wrestling when I first stepped into a martial arts gym. So I really never thought anything about becoming a fighter. Where I come from, man, is poverty driven, man, and I really didn't have goals. I was just a kid trying to figure out how to survive,
Hmm.
and actually made a way, man. There's a lot of people that I've known or dealt with that either locked up, dead or in jail, something like that. It's I'm lucky, and I tell everybody I'm blessed every day. Even when I'm going through hard times, I tell people I'm blessed because it could be worse.
Yep.
I could have ended up like the next, in this area. Uh, and I want to be the reason why the people in this area have a understanding that if you believe, you can. You know, and freight train running through stuff. So get aboard and view the journey for sure.
Awesome, awesome, and that's something really, really inspirational to hear. That because it comes from like two or I've talked to a lot of fighters before, and they told me their stories either like kind of like your story, like hey, it just kind of fell into part and just kind of worked out, and talking to old school fighters where like UFC like 2, 3 fighters like that, Dan Severn, where they're like, well, it was something we like competition, and that's what we did. Compared to nowadays, now you can there is a career in MMA.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a lot different now. What was you're saying your upbringing? Who would be your inspirations when it comes to fighting? When it comes to just I guess like parenthood itself. Like it was your dad.
Well, my dad, he was a big fight fan. Man, my dad, I used to see him fight in the streets, knock out cats. Man, I seen my dad punch my cousin, picked him up, and put him in the trash can outside on the corner. Like I was always around it. My dad used to beat me up, like not necessarily beat the dog shit out of me, but like first time I ever had a bloody nose, I was like 8 years old. My daddy punched me in my nose because he told me to do something, I ain't do it, and that was
It's
his way of
different.
teaching,
Yeah.
man. And I'm I like to believe I'm tough, man, and I want to say that's why. I love my dad to death. But at the same time, the way I was brought up wasn't ideally the way to be brought up. I wanted to play sports. He didn't see me playing sports. He figured I'd work and do what he told me to do. I got to living with my mom. They were separated. So I got to live with my mom when I was about 12, 13 years old. You's okay. Yeah, what's your matter? Oh, my bad, bro.
No, that's all right,
Uh,
man. Hey, nothing wrong with it, brother. I like I
when I
like
was
I
back,
like stuff like this. See, this is more it's more natural, man. This is
oh yeah, man, it's just me being in my zone.
exactly, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't apologize. Don't ever apologize for being a dad, brother. Ever.
Yeah, yeah. Well, other than that, man, forgot, yeah, I moved in with my mom when I was about 12, 13 years old, and then I started playing sports and stuff like that. Once I started wrestling,
Mhm.
that's when I realized I may have a chance to, actually be doing something in life, for a little small time. I wrestled in high school, had a scholarship to go wrestle, didn't go, and started working. I was making pretty decent money, so I thought, and realized I didn't want to work the rest of my life. Started training, and now I'm in a position I'm in now. If it wasn't for a buddy of mine, that I work with, he come to work. Hey man, I joined a gym, and I went there and checked it out. And one of the pro guys that was in there, he thought he was pretty good, and I gave him a run for his money. First time ever sparring a guy,
Mhm.
and it kind of sunk in. That was my way of getting into mixed martial arts.
Definitely, 100%.
Being a street fighter, with a little bit of wrestling.
Hey, that goes a long way, man. That base, that wrestling base, that you kind of take charge of the fight, man. So
Yeah.
100%. Who was some of the fighters you looked up to? Was there anyone like maybe boxing or MMA in general?
I watched a lot of Mike Tyson, Holyfield, George Foreman, Bruce Lee. Those Jackie Chan, those movies kind of gave me an idea of what it's like to fight. I was always that guy that I didn't care to fight. Man, I remember I was about. It's crazy. I remember this because my grandpa he died on my 8th birthday, and there was a group of guys walking down the street. Hey man, and I was younger than this because my grandpa ran these guys off. So I was 6, 7 years old. I'm guessing. Uh, hey man, you want to fight? And I don't even know these cats. Yeah, I'll fight you. And dude beat the shit out of me, bro. And my grandpa come running there, man, get off my grandson, And to be the fighter I am today is crazy because back then I never thought, you know. It's just the way I was brought up and the people I've been around, I guess, it kind of molded me into the guy that I am, uh, and the fighter I am.
Cool. I mean that's something that's always interesting to hear. Like I said, people's fight stories or how they got brought up and how they took their angle on the sport and stuff. So uh how I met you, which is really, really interesting and really cool, I think. And that was one of the things that kind of interested me in you because when my buddy, and Ed, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ed told me, he's like, hey, I'll be in Dallas. I live in Dallas, and you had the LFA 169. You're headlining. And he's like, hey, you come by and check it out. And I was like, yeah, and usually when Ed comes in town, I try to see, try to hang out with him and stuff. And I went and just you're you're in fight, you're in fight mode, man. You have a main event, you're headlining the card, but just the fact that you gave me a what's up and gave me like you kind of let me in, even though you didn't know who I was, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I think that shows a lot in a person and a fighter too, especially in that situation. Like I said, we went to the back, we went to your dress room, and you were chill, vibing, and I didn't really want to, step on your toes. I know the game. I know the game and how it works,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
didn't want
Well, man, I truly believe, man, I've been in this position that I'm in, for a while. I've been that guy that's headlined many, many, many cards. It's crazy that I've never made it to that top tier level because I stand with a lot of those, with those guys, man. But I carry myself very well. I respect myself and I respect others as well. But until I find a reason for you to where you don't respect yourself,
to. Yeah.
it's respect all the way. Uh, that's just how I carry myself. And it's crazy to me how some guys, what I call it, psych themselves up, got to get in this whole little
Mm-hmm. Yep.
spot in their brain where they got to hate the world just to go fight. Like,
Yeah.
man, majority of my weigh-ins, I didn't smile when I was facing off with Landry, but like that's just who I am. I'm a smiler. They used to call me Cheesy Alfredo in elementary, bro, because I smile so much.
Uh-huh.
I got a nickname Fredo, where it kind of broke down. It went from cheesy Alfredo to just Fredo.
Uh-huh.
Alfredo, because I smile so much. So like I've always been that guy. Like I'm
Mm.
gonna have a smile on my face regardless of what I'm going through in life. I enjoy hard times come, right?
Yep.
But I'm not gonna allow that to push me back, hold me back out at. And
Mhm.
I try to teach people that,
That's
enjoy your life. You have control. You have a choice. You have a choice to be happy if you want to be happy. If you want to
exactly.
be mad, that's your choice, right?
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. And yeah, like I said, when I was in the the locker room and this and that, and talking to your coach and stuff, uh, uh I wanted he's like, I wanted to say thank you though. I do appreciate that. Like I said, I've been around a lot of fighters, and not some of them are welcoming, most of them are, but there's few that have been questionable. But it was awesome. And again, let's talk a little bit about that main card, you fighting Landry Ward. How'd you feel?
Man, I felt good. Since I jumped back in MMA, I jumped back in MMA in 22, I believe, the end of 22. Uh, Run off a 29-2 kickboxing record. The whole mindset was, these guys is gonna look to take you down.
Yep.
They won't stand with you. And I understood that, coming in, my biggest thing is being able to get Landry off of me. He's gonna come in, he's gonna try to take me down. Once that happens and I'm able to stand back up, that's all she writes,
Yeah.
because it lets me know I can get up
Yep.
and we can get up 1,000 times and put hands, so
Your thing muted. There you go. Perfect.
I
Uh,
just knew he was gonna be able to stand with me. So as long as we could keep it standing, I
mhm.
was good. That's the thing about that we talk about now. My coach tell me, Fredo, you gotta quit looking at yourself as a kickboxer because you're not. We gotta be that MMA guy that's gonna take us to that next level, And I got the wrestling, I got the ground, but I don't show it in my fights because my mindset is I'm too busy locked in. I'm just trying to stand up. And as I continue my career, and everybody will see, I'm not just a kickboxer. But once I'm a kickboxer until I can't
So you
kickbox no
can't
more.
anymore.
You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
I'm getting touched up, I guess I'll change it up and go to the ground, do what I got to do that way. But I take pride in being a kickboxer.
Yeah, and like I said, that was she's cute, man. But like I said, it was an outstanding fight. And where do you see yourself for the new year? Or you don't have anything going right now, right?
Man, we was trying to lock in something in December.
Okay.
We've had two of them fall through. We were shooting for that title fight in Vegas,
I know Ed
which
was
I kind of threw that out there, right? And was hoping they would catch it, but maybe they had other plans.
okay.
I plan on. I got hit up about fighting for Uriah Faber's A1.
Okay.
The opponent had turned that down. So hopefully we get the LFA title in January, February. I heard they're gonna be in Oklahoma at the beginning
Okay.
of the year. So I would love to headline a card here in Oklahoma. Man, just LFA. Man, I hold 5 titles. So being that main guy, being that fighting for a title, I'm undefeated in title fights. Once I get that chance, it's gonna be mine. That's just it. If they give me that opportunity, we'll see. I hope I get it. I think I deserve it. I didn't even realize they was promoting the title fight until after the fight, after I watched the LFA card, and they was promoting it as I was touching on it, and I take the mic and put myself right into the conversation, So like I know I belong. It's just about a matter of time, and hopefully it's sooner than later for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I think I agree with you on that. Like you do deserve that fight. You deserve the title, man. And like I said, once it happens, it's gonna happen, man. Just
It
once
is
it
gonna
happens,
happen.
man. Remember, don't forget about the small people in the background, all right, man? um, let's talk about family. You got a little one right there, man.
I
Uh,
got
so,
4. 3 of my own and 1 bonus, baby. You gonna
would you say when you had kids, right, that you fight differently? Is there like a different mentality or no?
not necessarily. I don't. I'm the same person from what as an adult was as a parent. I've changed how I maneuver through life. I'm more cautious. Before it didn't matter
You
really.
didn't care, yeah, just kind of
You
won
know,
it.
when I had my first son, I got to thinking, got to realizing, okay, this is real.
Yep.
It ain't about me. Okay, okay, it ain't about me anymore. And then when I had my first daughter, it it gave me a different way of looking, at women, because I've been that. Yeah, we ain't gonna. I've been that womanized, I guess you could say, you
Uh-huh.
know. And when I had my daughter, I was like, okay, I got to change the way because
Shoot,
she's gonna
yeah.
be watching it. And now I got another one, 2 more new daughters, that's like they're watching me, and I want to make sure they know how to be treated,
Yep.
uh, and also treat others as well. Other than that, man, like as a fighter, I've always had that mindset of growing. I always want to get better at everything in life. So no matter if it's standing on the ground, wrestling, you know, uh, being a better training partner, being a
Mhm.
better coach, all that.
I think out of everything, being a parent is probably the hardest job you got, brother, right?
Oh yeah, man. And it's my thing is you got to teach your kids a way of the world. As you raise them. Everybody has their beliefs and it has something different. That's like I hardly whoop my kids, but I will whoop them right.
Hmm.
And majority don't care about whooping kids.
Yeah.
I think they need to bring that back because if you think about how the world is moving today compared to how old are you, bro?
I'm 34, man. So yeah,
34. Okay, so you only
yeah,
2 years older than me. Okay, so when you was coming up, times was different
yep.
compared to how they are now. So I talk with my kids, I whoop them, and then we have another conversation. My thing is we shouldn't have to continue, we shouldn't have to repeat something over and over and over for you to learn. You
Yeah.
know, I think there's ways of discipline, and you got to be consistent with it. Because
Yeah.
if you're not consistent, yeah,
They're gonna be
but
all over the place.
yeah, but I parent different, man. I like to believe, but it is a tough job, and you got to have a quality team around, if you want it to work out.
100%. I agree. And that's like that goes with fighting as well, right? It just kind
That's
of
with everything, bro. Yeah, that's
right.
with everything for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy. But well, I know you got your hands busy, man. I wanna thank you for coming on, man. And we'll definitely get you on again once you got that title. All right? Because I know it's
Yes,
coming.
sir. Yes, sir.
You
I
know,
appreciate, man. I appreciate you for having me. Uh,
hey,
well, I got you here to promote my gym.
hey, go ahead,
I
brother.
actually,
Yeah.
I actually just got this place, man. Not even 3 months ago. When we still putting everything together. I got
Okay.
an open space right here where I'm gonna put my ring.
Okay.
In the
Nice.
mats in the back. We actually doing a kids wrestling class right now.
Okay.
That
Cool.
goes to the kickboxing and the MMA class. Yeah, and I got a few coaches. I also coach myself, and man, it's I'm blessed to be in the position that I'm in. I own a place.
What's the
You
gym's
know,
called? What's the name of the gym?
Freight, Freight Train MMA.
Oh, well, there you go. Perfect name and everything.
Yeah, man.
I gotta come out there and check it out one day,
Oh,
man.
for sure, man. You say you in Dallas?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, I'm a Cowboys fan. I see you a Titans guy.
Man.
Vince was it Vince Young, Vince Carter,
Yeah,
Vince
Vince
Carter.
Young. Vince
When cause that was their first year, right? Being Titans. I
Oh
was a
no,
fan.
Vince Young. The first year that they were Titans, it was Steve McNair. Vince Young became their quarterback around 2003, 2004. Yeah.
Okay, see that I was a fan for like 2 years, and I was like, but I've been a diehard Cowboys fan, bro.
Yeah,
since
man.
the third grade. Yeah,
Oh
yeah, yeah.
man, yeah. All
It
these.
sucks
I
sometimes.
got a bunch of cowboy fans around here, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
But
but man, I appreciate you for having me on. Like, once I get like something locked in, I'll let you know. We can chop it up about that as well.
of course, man. Hey, God bless and
Same
thank
thing.
you and keep doing your thing, bro. You got
Yes, sir.
sky's the limit, man. I believe in you,
That's
brother.
it. I say sky's the view. It's never the limit.
Oh, I like that one. I might take that one
Yeah.
from you. All right, bro. I might take that.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, God
All
bless,
right.
brother. All right.
Later.